YouTube. Something happened during my last recording. It didn't work, but whatever. It happens. This video is going to be different. It's not going to be gaming. I'm talking about the event last night on Netflix, Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. And I am going to give my honest opinions on this in this video. If you don't like it, then well, you can put it in the comments, whatever. But if you do understand where I'm coming, people understand where I'm coming from, then I really appreciate it. But if people don't, then well, it's everyone's choice. But during the beginning of this event, the fight before Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, I have to say, I don't watch much boxing, but that was brutal. Like, if anyone has actually seen the fight, and usually I'm not a spoiler person, but it's boxing, the one girl got her eyebrow, her eye, like her thing, like here, cut open completely. Now, it wasn't because of the punches. Like, the punches, of course, it's going to cause damage. The other girl was freaking headbutting her, which was freaking crazy. I'm going to talk about the entire fight, not just the last match, but, like, the fact that they were going on a great run of this whole event. The thing was like 5 hours long, and it basically destroyed the Netflix. It basically crashed it. But like the last few fights, like the fights that were starting off this event were amazing. Like, there were little known people. Now they're getting to get bigger, but they were not known people in the boxing era. Like, now they're bigger thing because it's on Netflix. People are gonna watch it, whatever. But what really made this event, and I think what really made people want to watch it, they were trying to do this. They was trying to do this as Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. It was the literal event. No one knew how it was going to go. Everyone was trying to say, oh, Jake Paul is going to win, Mike Tyson is going to win. I didn't want to say who was going to win because you never know. Mike Tyson is a 58-year-old man, and he hasn't been boxing in years. Almost 20 years, I think. He finally came back for the hell of it. He wanted to do it. And maybe to shut Jake Paul up, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of Jake Paul, but the funniest thing about it is, like, you have to think, like, this whole event was surrounded about Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. The other people that were boxing, the boxing matches before were just filler. Those people did amazing. Like, I watched all the fights. They were amazing. Like, they put their lives on the line in a boxing match. Then you get the debacle of Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Again, no disrespect to Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is a legend. He is a 58-year-old man. He did what he could, and I respect it. But the fact that people thought that, yeah, there were people that were saying that Mike Tyson was going to win. And don't get me wrong, Mike Tyson being a fighter and a brutal person, he had a chance of winning, but he had so many things. His age was not the great. Like, he's 58. Like, what do you expect was going to happen? Like, yes, there was a 50-50 between those two. And there was a 50-50. But, like, the fact they pushed to 8 rounds. By the 6th round, I think the 5th or 6th round, Tyson was almost out of energy. Like, he was still doing it because he wanted to see how much he could push himself, but he was out of energy. I don't like when it was close to him winning too. Mike Tyson almost won the fucking thing. Like, he almost won it, and I don't get why he did. Like, like I funny how too is like later on I was looking at stuff about it after like today like before this there was like a script of like Jake Paul how Jake Paul wanted it to go, how Jake Paul was gonna knock him out. I understand boxing and knocking people out, I get it, but Tyson went off script, and I think because I watched that entire event completely. I watched it, and I don't think Jake Paul thought that he was going to push through because Jake Paul is 27 years old. He is young. He's younger than me right now. He's like 1 year old younger. But I had to turn my internet back on. But like the fact that Jake Paul is 1 year younger than me, and his literal thing is called the problem child because he is. Don't get me. See, I have no problem with Logan Paul. Logan Paul is actually a good person now. Jake Paul, I think he goes by the moniker problem child and loves it. And Jake Paul's freaking gear was like $1 million. I'm like, are you serious, dude? Like, are you pushing like the limit of like how much you can spend for this? Like, I understand he has money, but $1 million for gear that you're gonna wear once. You know what I mean? Like, Tyson was a sport about it. You know what I mean? He did what he had to for the fight. He wore what he usually would wear, like just all black. And that's how he was. Like, even back when he was boxing, he just wore mainly black. He didn't care. Black and like, just black and silver or something? I'm not sure what it was. But, if anyone knows, then put in the comments. But, I don't understand why people think like this one comment. I'm just going off Forbes. I don't really look into much of this, but I do on some sort of occasions like this. But this Twitter account, like this thing, I can't believe millions of people, including me, got scammed into watching that. Yes, don't get me wrong. That whole fight was a debacle. Don't know how Jake Paul is gonna thrive in this because he won against Mike Tyson, but it wasn't a fair fight because Mike Tyson almost injured his knee. We're working like trying to get for this thing because he had a knee brace on, and so like you push that, you're gonna push someone to the point where it's like okay, like yeah, like here's like a 30-year one, their 31 age gap. Yeah, like the funniest thing was just like I understand this fight was, as soon as it got announced, everyone wanted to see this. I wanted to see it. Now I'm looking at it like, really? This whole thing was just to get into. Jake Paul just wanted to see how much he could do. And yes, Jake Paul, boxing-wise, he's getting better at it. But he's not going to beat some of the people that Mike Tyson has beat. Like, Tyson was an animal for his time, right? He was an animal, so like I don't understand. Like, Jake Paul's young and stuff like that, but Jake Paul is, again, he's like 1 year younger than me, but like he's trying so hard just to be the face of boxing now. He had his first official fight, like boxing wise, in 2020. Right? So, it's been 4 years. You're not, to become the face of boxing, you have to do it more than 4 years. Right? And, like, you have to push it. You have to, like, go years. By the time Mike Tyson was older, like in his 30s or 40s, it's been like 20 years, but since yesterday, but he pushed his body to the limit, and it's crazy to think that everyone was debating that Mike Tyson was going to last to the third round. Don't get me wrong, I thought that, but then I agree that it's Mike Tyson. He's going to push himself until everything. right? So you have to look at it from that point of view. But I don't understand, like, I don't understand, he was crazy. He's not crazy for taking the fight. Like, yeah, but he's not crazy taking the fight because he wanted to do it. But, like, yeah, he's not crazy, but he wasn't. And I hate to say it, but there was a 25%, 50% chance he was gonna lose it, and he did. But again, it's not about his skill; it's about his age. Like, that's how I'm gonna look at it. It's not his skill because he pushed his body to it, but pushed his body to the limit at 58, and that's in boxing. From what boxing people some people don't last long in boxing because the amount of injuries, right? But that's how crazy I feel about this because I watched it because I wanted to, but they could have done it better. Like Ty- Tyson, respect on the man, greatest boxer alive. I don't care what anyone says. He's old. He's an older man, and he wanted to do it just to see if he could. And he wasn't going to turn down a challenge, even at his age. He can't do that. That's not him. But I don't know. It felt like it was like he did it because to prove to everyone that he can still do it, and he did prove it. And like how he did say that he doesn't know if this is going to be his last fight. He may go again. When and I guess like, what? I don't know. It's crazy to think, but yeah. Let me know how if any of you guys watched the fight or plan on watching it. Pretty sure everyone's heard about it on the internet now, but if you guys plan on watching it, it's on Netflix still. Um, I suggest watching it for the other fights, but that's just me. But yeah, if you guys have any comments and whatever, please let me know in the comments of how you think, of how you thought it was gonna go, and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, if you do enjoy this type of stuff too, I want to do more of this stuff, but not much stuff like this comes out on Netflix. So yeah, if you do enjoy this stuff though, please let me know. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.